Looks like it's left some, unfortunately, pushed them forward just like the... Quite impressed. Let's see if you can handle the oatmeal. Done an excellent job with the flour here, actually. Now we will try the Shark basic version, level 2. Fine if I could continue going forward here, but the test is limited in space, so it hasn't done the best job. Seems to have just pushed most of the oatmeal forward. Maybe would be... So I'd say that did a pretty good job. Now let's try with the oatmeal. There were some issues with the wheels here on the edge of the carpet. This amount here was just pushed since I couldn't get close enough. That worked much better at number 1, and try it again. That setting wasn't correct, so let's try with this one. The highest carpet version. Of the big stuff. Now we've got the BISSELL ClearView. Let's see how it does with the flour. This is set to... That seems to have gotten most... So let's transition back to this one and try one more time. See if we can get the last of this. It appears that this setting still pushes some of the heavier particles. We'll keep it on this setting for now to see if it is the correct one. Is necessary even for any other carpets, but let's see if it works on the oatmeal. That appears to have done it. Possibly this setting. Just lingering. I'll try to use the higher setting and see if that gets the rest of it. Some leftover flour is here on the Dyson here. Let's see if it can handle the flour and oatmeal on the carpet. For this carpet, since it's a thinner carpet, we're going to be using this set rocket in orange, as well as the BISSELL CleanView. Let's see how they handle the Shark Professional in white, the Shark Rocket Deluxe Pro in this burgundy color, and the Dyson Animal 3, the Shark Lift Away, the basic version in purple. So now we're going to test these on the carpet. Again, we have the Shark Deluxe over here, the blue one.
Are slightly large. The wheels are going to be larger on the swivel. But other than that, and clean your filter inside of your canister. Power buttons are in the same location. The wheels suction indicator, so as the suction power decreases, you'll be notified and reminding you to enter pretty much the same in terms of their hand attachments. These will come with a separate versus traditional rollers on the turbo brush. But other than that, the design is attachment tool, or the main attachment tool. You got the turbo bed brush is using the silicone roller, which is on the brush roll for better pet pickup. If you look at the updated here, you can see that it has gentler as well as it has different types of brush. Left, right, up, down, swivel around. The turbo brush roll is be able to go and swivel around. It can go. So in terms of control, I can control it easily just by releasing, and this will rewind. This will have the pivot, and is the turbo. It is the CleanView Swivel Pet version. But in this edition, you do come with a few features. Now, even though this is not the here is still going to be the original design. It doesn't come with the smaller canister of the blue 8 amp motor between them, and the adjustable height. The CleanView now suddenly go looking for the triple action brush for the pet turbo brushes. You still have the same, a little bit more easier to carry up and down the stairs. So as you move up the CleanView spectrum, with the standard BISSELL ClearView brush roll will be CleanView. Let's look at the brush roll and the belts. You can see that this is completely clear. The filter here is going to be with open ports, not going to be the fin design on the updated. The filter, similar, it's just smaller, and in terms of the locking mechanism and the pop off, ours is used, but you still have the filter design here. You also have and rinse. On the previous model, you notice that the filter is also easy to. When you open it up, you have one filter here that you can wash. Blue one has a more opaque center. This blue edition is coming with a washable filter so that it can still have the releasable wand. When you open these up, you'll notice that but I don't have an extender wand. On the blue one is slightly smaller. Wand release, so I could just remove it and reinsert it, while on the side here, it's because the wand on the blue edition is going to be an active. Turbo brush rolls are pretty much the same. On the centers, on the sides, it's going to be more gloss here. If you look at the turbo brush rolls, the blue edition, well, the blue edition, the material now is going to be more matte. CleanViews. So check it out. Let's get it going. Okay, so what are some of the key differences between the red and the reaches and the pet tools? Well, let's show you the difference between this one. If you're confused with which BISSELL CleanView to get for yourself, including all the ones with the rewinds.
White to Shark Deluxe, almost half the power, even though the Deluxe costs the same rank. But that's not surprising. What is the drop from Shark Blue, Purple goes to Dyson with 10.05 average, and it's a solid at the other three Sharks hanging around at 8.75 and 8.8. Again, same motors, why they are both in D. Next is BISSELL with 7.7, followed by last place Shark Rocket and the Deluxe with 5.5 and 5.4, which is the BISSELL. And it's a shame because the BISSELL has good power. They just didn't want to use it. Much less. And it's why Dyson only lost 1.7 meters per second, almost half disappears, and the air travels directly into the exhaust, traveling around 30 inches before exiting. But with the Dyson, when it's standing upright, there's a cover here, down and then out through these balls. So after measuring, the air travels roughly 100 inches, forcing it to go all the way down and then back up through the center into the vent and back, and the inside is designed where the air goes through these swirled air holes. So the air goes in here and then all the way up and then back down into the tank, off almost as much as Ninja. And once again, it's because of the dog garbage design. But somehow the BISSELL dropped from 9.3 to 6.1. What? If white, purple, and then blue, and lastly, Dyson. Not much to say on the rank. It's mostly the same. Shark Deluxe last, and then Shark Rocket and BISSELL, followed by Shark 7. It's double the gold cost. And now let's see how well that power translated. And gold value. Because although Dyson can get up to a crazy 10.9, almost levelable at 9.7 to 9.6. Surprisingly strong considering the goal. Surprisingly because it got first place last round, and then we have Shark White, Blue 6th, and Shark Rocket being 5th with around 6 meters per second. Next is BISSELL around the vacuum tube, and as expected, we have the last two places with Shark Deluxe being. Let's start with the head. Okay, I'm done. Basically wrapped everything but bombed the first level. And Purple did a bit better in other levels, so A for both. Next up is BISSELL and Shark White, both left one piece, also just left a little behind, but a bit less, so overall, it's better than the Dyson. So Shark Deluxe, which only left a little bit behind, well, how did the Rocket do? Okay, that sounded weird, but it did well in level 1, so it gets a B. Next is all this money just so it can suck. Well, in this case, it's not sucking, so it should be sucking more. Oh, about level 3. And last place is Dyson. What? I paid, though they were last, it still cleared most of everything. But we can't say the same. Much higher gold cost, it did worse on the side. But finally, BISSELL, and still a tiny bits left, but pretty good. And then came Dyson, and second place is Shark purple, blue, and white, huh? Well, at least they finally did something. Dyson full cleared with ease. But how would they do in level 2? So just missing a tiny piece at the front, and first place for level 1 is other sharks, which did a lot better and full cleared the side edge. The second is BISSELL. You can guess, it's the 3 shark models. And it looks like they barely did anything. I can probably bend. For context, I used a teaspoon to sift in to make sure there was an equal amount. So I'm sure I bought all these with my credit card, so now I'm in debt. Huh? What happened from my last video to see if corded vacuums are even worth it? Also not sponsored. Find out which suck and which is the best, and then compare that against the best cordless vacuum.
Did an excellent job. Let's see if it can handle the oatmeal. Wonderful job again. No oatmeal to be seen. Now we've got the Shark Rocket basic version. Did an excellent job. No flour to be seen. Let's see if it gets the oatmeal. Again on level 2 here for carpets. Looks like it did an excellent job with the oatmeal too. This thing's good for carpets. Now, excellent job. No flour left. Let's see if it can handle the oatmeal. Going level 2. Did a good job, possibly because it had more space to go forward and back. Just take that into account. The oatmeal. No issues there. That's on the second level setting. Let's see if it can handle. The entire length of the rug. Now we've got the Shark Deluxe, the blue one, last experience, but that may be an issue with the test having limited space to, run forward.
You still have the extender wand. Here it's just a little bit of a different design.